nervous system, and it thinks that there's danger. So everything starts to slow down and shut down as if you're in a dangerous situation. Well, our society today is so fast-moving, especially us here up north, that our sympathetic nervous system is activated all the time. So we're jumping up, we're hitting the alarm, we're rushing in the shower, we're trying to get the kids up, trying to get the husband together, we're rushing in traffic, trying to get to work. Well, those stressful things that you're doing to your body is breaking your body down. So you have to detox and cleanse and be able to clear your mind in order to be able to become healthier, in order to be able to stay on track. And the ways to do that is by prayer, meditation, just spending some quiet alone time, reading books, inspirational books. Let the good things around you overcome the negative things. And so if I may, I want to just bring to everyone's attention stress, because stress will kill you faster than disease. Wow. And with stress, there are both external and internal factors that make up stress. So we hear about the external. We hear about, my job or my family or, my relationships or whatever have you, my home, I have this going on. We know about that part. But the part that I want to focus on are the internal factors that determine how we're going to manage stress that I don't think we pay enough attention to. And so the internal factors that influence our ability to handle stress, it includes our nutritional status, our overall health and fitness levels, our emotional well-being, and the amount of sleep and rest that we get. So we can't just say, I hear clients say, but you don't understand, I work a stressful job. I can't change my job, or I can't change my wife or husband, But you can change yourself. You can change yourself. And so when you then begin to detox, you learn these things. You begin to let go of all this negativity and all these toxins, and then you begin to learn how to manage your emotions, how to manage stress, so then you can begin to see a better outcome. And so that's the part I wanted to bring out in regards to the mental portion of the detox. And I know time is winding. Are you ready for me to go into the spiritual, Janice?
Yeah, you can just hop right into the spiritual because we have 2 more quick questions.
Oh, okay. So the spiritual, the biggest thing I want to hit on is unforgiveness. And many of us have life to show up. We've been in relationships, situations with family, things like that we hold on to things. And unfortunately, when we don't forgive, we block anything that God is trying to get to us in order for us to be able to enjoy our time here on this earth. And so we wonder, why is it that I can't get ahead with my bills? Why is it that I keep attracting bad relationships? Or why this or why that? Well, you need to do a spirit check. You need to stop. You need to shut everything down. And you need to allow yourself to think about possible people, places, or things in which you're harboring some unforgiveness for. Because things like unforgiveness, bitterness, that causes sickness and disease. And so when you learn how to forgive, then you are helping yourself, because harboring unforgiveness doesn't hurt the other person. It hurts you. And so, again, in regards to how to combat the type of negativity that comes from unforgiveness or bitterness, hatred, those type of things, is prayer, is meditation. Meditation is huge for me. I knew how to pray. I had that part down. But to be able to sit quietly and to be able to listen to God, that right there was like, whoa. And it's still something that I'm working on. And then lastly, knowing how to breathe. I didn't realize that I didn't know how to breathe. The number one thing God had given us was breath. And I know Walter Beckley talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, Dr. Hathi talked about it. Yeah.
And Dr. Hathi, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I teach. 100% with them on that. It's knowing how to breathe, knowing how to let go. And so that's the part, once you have began your detox and you're getting your physical side together, and then I work with you with the mental side, and then we tap into the spirit. Everything falls in line because the cleansing is so refreshing. I know you know this, Janice. It's so refreshing until you don't want to hold on to the negativity. You want to get rid of the toxins. And so that's what that's all about. So we can go ahead with the question.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, one of the quick question is, again, the conversation around 2012 has been circulating so much and so forth, the energy, the evolution. There's a lot of, fear, there's a lot of excitement. We just wanted to get an idea of, how you felt about it, or any opinions or comments or concerns that you may have regarding next year.
Well, actually, last year I began preparing for 2012 because there was so much hype about it. And so my thing was, well, for whatever happened, whether it's good or bad, I want to make sure I'm solid. I want to make sure that my body is in order, my mind and my spirit, so that I can take on whatever I'm about to encounter. So whether I'm getting ready to become a millionaire, I got to know how to handle that, or whether, the world is getting ready to do whatever, that I can be able to handle that. And actually, I've talked about how it's important, too, to master yourself in regards to food, because if there was something to happen where there was some type of famine or something in the land, if you're accustomed to living a lifestyle of where you're detoxing and you're fasting, you don't require as much food. So the strong will survive. And so that, to me, because we can't control who's going to be president next year. We can't control, the other countries in regards to what's going to happen here. We can't control those things, but we can control ourselves. And so that's what I focused on in preparation. So I would just be ready regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. And the really interesting thing that I would say is that, I've always took the position that, in all honesty, it's going to feel like it's the end of the world, for some people. But, it's not physically happening, but for some people, it's going to, in their lives, it's going to, manifest because, with acceleration, with everything moving so fast and forward, and the energy is already here. There have been people that have been experiencing it. I know that, I've been feeling it for, almost this entire year now, and if you haven't made the changes, like you mentioned, preparing yourself, internally, not even so much externally, you're going to go full speed ahead, but, in which direction? So, it's very interesting that you mentioned that. And I would say then the second part is that that the winter solstice, of course, is coming up, and I wanted to know if you were doing anything, or do you do anything routinely in observation of that, and if so, what is it?
Well, this will be my first year that I have actually been aware of winter solstice, and that's due to, again, my mentor, Rita, as well as the life coaches that are in class with me, and we've been talking about it. And I'm like, and I was talking with Tammye, like, okay, so this is what we need to do. So I see that time as a time for seeding. And when I say seeding, I'm talking about whatever it is that you want to see manifest in 2012, equipping yourself during that time in regards to whether it's books, whether it's affirmations, whether it's, something you're listening to, but actually shutting things down where you can really be quiet. I personally will be detoxing. You can do a spiritual fast or whatever have you, but begin to absorb those very things, whether it's wanting to have better finances, getting a financial book, just really using that time to seed and in preparation for 2012. So that's what I will be doing.
And actually, I believe, weren't you on the line Monday? I believe Dana Lynn even spoke that, with the new moon coming up on the 17th of this month, that's actually a great day to start, fast or detox or whatever it is that people decide that they want to do. So just wanted to, make note of that also. But is there anything else that you want to add, really quickly for our listeners? I want to remind everyone really quickly that's on the line. If you have any questions, you can feel free to go ahead and post them on the Facebook page for Ignite Your Soul Connection, www.facebook.com/Ignite Your Soul Connection, and we'll make sure that they're still answered. So is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I do want to talk, if it's okay, a little bit about drugs, about medication. And, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. So Michael Jackson fan for life, right? Well, my thing is with drugs, I don't care if it's for sinuses. I don't care if it's for a headache. It's something that you should not grab for first. When you are learning how to listen to your body, which detoxing helps you to do that, you want to focus on getting to the root cause of whatever it is that's happening to you. When you grab the medication, you're masking the symptoms, and your body is trying to communicate that there is something wrong. There is an imbalance. And what happens over the years as a result of continuing to take medication, continuing to mask the symptoms, then you start having outbreaks in other areas. Just because you take away the symptoms doesn't mean that the damage is not being done. And so then now you have to take more medication. And I was talking with a girlfriend the other day, and we were talking about how older people, they get together and they have these great parties and conversations discussing and showing all the medications that they have.
I was so thinking about that earlier in the conversation. I was just like, what is with that?
Yes. It's like, oh, well, I'm on 9. Oh, well, what are you on? Oh, well, this is for, they'll have 2 or 3 for blood pressure. They'll have 2 or 3 for diabetes. And, and again, when we know better, we should do better. Medication, that's something that should be for those that absolutely can't do anything else. There obviously are conditions in which we develop or we may have had as a child, or, things happen, accidents and things like that, where medication is required. But we've abused it. And so we're taking pills for everything now. I want to point out in other countries, they don't do that. Going to the doctor is the last alternative and not the first. Natural medicine is big over there. Drugs isn't. That's why Canada is cheaper, because they don't go running buying all those drugs. Here is expensive because we're living on them. So we need to begin to open our eyes and be able to realize that some of the habits and things that we have developed have come as a result of our families are teaching us or seeing what our families have done over the years. And so we just automatically go and adapt to it. And like you said earlier, Janice, oh, well, if my mom and dad have high blood pressure, then I'm just going to have it too. No, that's not it. You can have a genetic predisposition. That does not have to be your destiny. You have the condition because your parents taught you how to eat, and now you're eating the same way, and now you're teaching your children how to eat that way.
Well
so
said.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to point out, because overall I believe our goal should be to increase our energy, to strengthen our immune systems, and to have sharp mental acuity. Those are the things that are going to keep us on top, on edge, ready for 2012, and anything that's preventing that, we need to let it go.
On top, on edge, and ready for 2012. I am with it. Are you ready? Yes, I'm going to say
yes.
Yes. Okay. So with that, where can they get the information? Your website? Are you on Twitter, Facebook? Like, where can we find you? Where can we reach out to you to get that information, to, maybe over the phone, email, in person?
Oh,